part of political movements even if you don't know or don't acknowledge that we are. No matter what community you're working with, you are working with disabled people. And given... Whiskey, come on! No. I'm going to read this and you're going to sit with me, okay? Good boy. I want to say unequivocally that disabled people are everywhere. We are one of the largest oppressed groups on the planet. We are part of political movements, even if you don't know or don't acknowledge that we are. No matter what community you're working with, you are working with disabled people. And given how violent and polluted our world is, those numbers will only continue to grow. Disability and ableism are not secondary issues, though they continually get treated as such. If you are a disabled person out there, I want you to know that our experiences as disabled people matter. Our experiences as disabled queer people of color matter. Even if queer people of color and queer people of color communities don't bother to include us in their events, social gatherings, strategies, movements, analysis, and communities. We matter and our stories and experiences matter. It means something to be disabled, never forget that. Understanding disability and ableism is the work of every revolutionary, activist, and organizer, of every human being. Disability is one of the most organic and human experiences on the planet. We are all aging, we are all living in polluted and toxic conditions, and the level of violence currently in the world should be enough for all of us to care more about disability and ableism. I would like to focus my remarks tonight on access intimacy, interdependence, and disability justice. I want to talk about these because I think they are, especially access intimacy, an important example of how we can reframe our understanding of disability to help us in our fight for liberation. For those of you less familiar with access intimacy, it is a term I began using and coined in the spring of 2011 in my essay, Access Intimacy, The Missing Link. And I want to be clear, I didn't invent access intimacy, I simply gave a name to something that was happening in my life, and I hope it's useful to others. Just because you named something doesn't mean you invented it. From access intimacy, the missing link. I have never had words for access intimacy before. For years I would feel it or crave it, but not know how to describe it. It has always been just out of reach, just beyond my grasp. I have mistaken it for emotional or political intimacy, sexual attraction, or romantic desire. I have mistakenly assumed that it would be there based on one's identity or experience. I have grappled with how to describe the closeness I would feel with people who my disabled body just felt a little bit safer and at ease with. There have been relationships that carried emotional, physical, and political intimacy, but sorely lacked access intimacy. And there have been relationships where access intimacy has helped to create the conditions out of which emotional, familial, and political intimacy could grow.